What's up, everybody? This is Zach from Zamage. I'm here today with Meek. I'm here today with Joey. Today, we're doing the first ever Zamage pod. This is 001, and we're just going to discuss everyday topics. The first one is the Eagles losing the Super Bowl. What you think about that, Meek? You're a diehard Eagles fan. Watching all these games, and then lead up to that, and then we got a bad call and 2 turnovers.
A bad call.
Bad call at the end.
You think that was a bad call?
That wasn't holding.
I don't think it was a bad call. He tugged on him earlier in the game.
I think it was a bad call.
And the reaction was there. If we're talking about it, we gonna talk about it?
I mean, how long?
Earlier in the game, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot who he was sticking. Who he was sticking?
I forget.
I don't even know who he was sticking, but
I'm drunk.
He still lit off again. I ain't gonna hold you. I called off too today. Yo, disclaimer on that. Don't FMLA.
You still against the UPS?
Nah, don't do that. But
I mean, what he held for like two seconds?
Nah, I think what he was doing a slant. He was doing a slant. I don't know if it was like 10 yards, but he grabbed like his whole left arm, and they didn't even call it.
He still ran his route. He like barely grabbed him.
I didn't even see them. I didn't even see the arm grab.
Bro, he tugged him, bro. His whole arm went back, and he was even looking for the flag. You see what I'm saying? And it's wild because even at the end of the game, the cornerback, I forgot what the cornerback's name is, he even took accountability for it. He said, you know what, that was my fault. But with or without the penalty, they was going to score 3. They was already there. Now the thing that
I had more time though to come downfield.
And that's what I was going to get to.
I was saying earlier, they should have just let him score early and then ran it back down the field. I don't know why you let the clock go down that far before trying to get, 8 seconds to run it back?
They did that.
The Chiefs did that.
The
You don't
Chiefs
think
I'm saying, like, if you're the Eagles, right, and then you got, and disclaimer, I don't really watch sports like that, but I know this much, right? So if they running the ball down and there's 3 minutes on the clock, why not just let them score? Why keep trying to stop them? And then now you only got 8 seconds to run the ball back down.
Oh, so you saying
when the Eagles get the ball back? Yeah, they should let them score.
Well, they're supposed to stop them and try to get the ball back.
Bro, we're talking about probably the most anticipated game of the season. We're talking about everybody tuned in. We're talking about everything.
Well, we're talking about strategy too.
And we're talking about strategy.
I wouldn't give myself 8 seconds to run that back. I wouldn't have worried about trying to stop them because they easily could have got a field goal and they would have ran the clock down. I would have just let them score and give myself 2-3 minutes to run it back.
Well, how do you know you're gonna score coming back?
I mean, but I'd rather try knowing that it's going to be I have 2 minutes versus 8 seconds.
But what I'm saying is this: with or without the penalty, they was already close enough for the 3 points anyway. But you're right; you probably would have had a minute, and then what's his name, Poppy Hurts or whatever his name, Hurts, probably would have did some damage. I don't know what the situation was, but
could have scored or with the overtime.
Well, but it was consistent throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
What was it? Every third down conversion, it was running the same. Quarterback sneaks.
Also the 2 turnovers. That was. That was
that's
not good.
That's really hurt us.
I know that
when you ran the one back.
Not only that, the fumble.
All right, but
they called it back though.
Did they?
Yeah, the one fumble they called it back.
Well, with Jalen Hurts when he hit the ball off his top. Oh yeah, when he was running, that jump popped out and he ran it down.
But bigger than that, who knew that Rihanna was pregnant when she was performing?
Yo, to be honest, I didn't. I was telling people that she was.
I didn't even know she had a baby.
So I was talking to my cousin. She said, and we made a bet. She said that she had a baby about 8 months ago, and I said Rihanna is a superstar. No superstar after 3 months, a superstar having a baby is gonna have a flat stomach. I knew she was pregnant.
Yo, but she blended it in well.
Yeah, I didn't really
with the all right.
Keep it to everybody was saying.
But you didn't see she was dancing, she was very aware of what her stomach was.
Nah, the movement. Yeah, you're right. But when she,
the only thing that made me doubt it a little bit is when she was super high up. I was kind of
You see, she was strapped up. Shit, I got height. I'm scared of
still,
heights.
you don't be dangling pregnant.
Shit, but I'm saying, I'm 6'2", scared of heights, bro. So I could just imagine how she felt. And she was strapped up like a dog on a leash.
Yeah, I would have been up that high saying Indian style singing.
Yo, it was crazy. Then you
but
you gotta help her get up.
I'm saying, I'm saying if I was performing up that high,
it was tilted.
No,
now you're gay.
It was going like this.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah, it was like
that looking like a seesaw.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying I would have been up there like this singing because I wouldn't want to be, you know what I'm saying, up that high just swaying in the wind.
That's funny.
So she had a lot of courage.
You thought she was gonna come out with that song, the first one?
No, I was hoping Jay-Z was gonna come out when she did "Run This Town."
Oh, I thought he was gonna come out.
I thought one of the guys. Oh, you know what it was? So when she was dressed in red, and this is what we didn't catch on to, when she was dressed in red, and all the dancers was like white, fluffy white, their sperms, and she was the egg, the red egg. Yes, she was. That's what it symbolized.
Is that what we're symbolizing?
Yeah, she was the red egg, and then look, they were all like dancing all around her. You didn't notice that? They were like sperms.
Now you're getting too deep.
Man, listen.
That's like saying the Jack Harlow Doritos commercial is Illuminati affiliated. They had nothing but triangles on every single segment. Triangle.
Some of them commercials were good though.
Which one was your favorite?
You talking about the game?
Yeah, the game.
I ain't gonna lie. You're going like this. The Tubi was good. The Tubi was good, but I didn't catch on to it until I realized like it didn't catch me in that because I didn't catch on to what it was, and then it went straight to the game. But no, you're gonna like this one. I like the Jeep commercial, the one with the dancing animals.
I did.
Like the Jeep's going. You didn't see it?
I don't watch no commercials.
No.
Every time the game went to commercial, I just play music.
He said
he was partying.
Oh, shit, he was hosting a Super Bowl party.
You were doing Jello shooters?
Nah.
I'll tell
you he was doing green tea shots.
Twister.
In the hood.
Playing Twister.
I like green tea shots.
He was doing green tea shots in the hood going on. Nah, man, but any of y'all put some bets in?
No, I actually was going to bet on the Eagles, and I'm glad I didn't.
I lost to a couple people and FanDuel.
I was very aware of every time I was watching it, and the 2 turnovers happened. Like during the turnovers and during the that call, I was like, I kind of was feeling in my body how I would have felt if I would have bet on that game.
As a Cowboy fan,
thank God I did not.
As a Cowboy fan, who's
Whoa, yo, why you throwing him out there like that? You go to Dallas?
No. Listen, hold on. First off, here's what happened. All right, I was born in '83, right? So I was born when I was coming up, it was that era where it was 49ers and the Cowboys, right?
Oh, they was head-to-head.
I was a heavy Cowboys fan.
What you talking about? Troy Aikman, and Joe Montana?
Smith, yeah. Okay. Deion Sanders, everything, right? And it was always 49ers and Cowboys. But I'm not going to lie, like when I started getting into business, it just totally consumed me and I kind of dropped off the ball. Now, I will say, it's a PA team. I would, it would have been a PA team with it. I wasn't cheering. I ain't got no Eagles briefs on and shit, jumping up and down. But you know what I mean?
No, I ain't gonna hold you. Majority of my people was like they were Eagles fan, but they was no disrespect to the Eagles fans or whatever, because we already know when it comes to the culture, y'all aggressive with it, and it's cool. I like that. But we're talking 2-3 weeks prior, after they won the NFC Championship. Just heavy. So when they lost yesterday, I had to talk heavy. I bet a couple people. I bet a couple people 1,000.
I had to put my phone on do not disturb.
That joke was
I was waiting for the videos, the Philly videos, everybody climbing the poles and falling off the awning.
Yo, matter of fact, you're an Eagles fan. What is that? When they say grease the poles, I just seen a video with the cops.
So they can't climb the pole, but they still do.
Yo, I never knew that. Pause.
Then you climbing the pole, then you on
the awning,
traffic lights, all that.
I seen that. The chick fell down on that joint, and I guess the city couldn't keep that under control. Now, how do you feel about the people that actually went over there from our city?
I mean, it was a long drive, long flight home. If you went to Philly, it was a long drive home.
I heard they was looping out there, or they were trying to last night.
Oh, they were trying to get busy? Take a couple Richard Billies. They already hit them once. Damn.
Busy out there.
They trying to get busy off of that, man. But no, I mean, I did come up a little song, if we're going to be exact, like 3,500. But we're not going to talk about who lost that bread.
I mean, I was trying to bet on the same app that Drake was using, but I didn't have all the information to send them, so I'm glad that I couldn't get my account set up.
$750,000, right?
For like.
I thought he bet $1 million.
He probably paid the rest for
that. No, it was the Chiefs. They were the under. So I think what he put, he got like $1 million back, $1 million plus.
I think he put.
I think he paid the rest for that call.
Nah, now you're going off. All the way in.
That was crazy.
He played how to do
that. Was crazy. That was just like a little.
Nah, bro, but
even LeBron made a post about that.
Bro, but the dude took accountability. Like, what more can you call on it than the actual dude sticking on him? Like, you gotta. He said, "Yo, you know what was my?" And by the way, for you to take accountability for a loss in a championship game versus 11 other men on field, bro. Like, I respect it, man.
Miles Sanders ain't even show up yesterday. He ain't do nothing.
So if you was the coach, what would have been your game plan? You're an Eagles fan. You know the playbook. I'm not. I'm a Packers fan. So.
I don't even know.
Oh, the other thing too is Andy Reid was their coach, which was the Eagles coach. So
yeah,
you know, he kind of knew.
Andy Reid, our cousin.
I mean, that's a factor too. Like you see the two teams, you're like, oh, Eagles is gonna win this, but there's just so many factors. Like that was their coach. I mean, they got everything switched up, but still, it's like, you know, you gotta know something that's going on.
Yeah, definitely on that. But you think that the stake, like depending on where you bet at, I know there's a Barstool, DraftKings, I forgot the other one, FanDuel, stake.
Your local bookie.
Yeah, your local. If you know them,
might
you know
get your
them.
house burnt down.
Yeah, chill. But you think like certain numbers on there attract people to actually sign up to those websites? You being a businessman, like how do you bring the traffic over from one site to another?
I think they got the biggest endorsement ever with Drake on stake.com. I mean, and then FanDuel's already
promoting it heavy too.
Yeah,
I think Rick Ross is promoting one too.
They probably just gave him the bet for free, just to endorse it.
Floyd Mayweather's promoting one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one though. It might be the NGM one.
Yeah, he always puts the tickets over there. But you know, I try to stay away from the FanDuel shit because one year, man, I was down on that joint heavy.
Yeah. And you know the problem is, right?
Talking about you down on it, you stay putting them tickets up.
No, you know what the problem is. You think about it, right? If you bet $5,000, right, and you lose it, right, you don't get none of that back on your taxes. But if you bet $5,000 and you win back 10, you paying taxes on that $5,000. Mm-hmm. Now you only got like $3,500. So really, when you betting, even if you risking $5,000. You get back $3,500.
They take it right now. I know somebody that hit for like 15,000, and they banked it for like $3-4 grand. They took it straight out.
Take it out then.
Yeah, they took it straight out.
I'm not even trying to, as a businessman, I'm not even trying to show that on paper.
Yeah,
if you want to go ahead and take it.
But I mean, that's the reality. When you bet, it's kind of like you're not even getting back. You're taking a risk doing it. Like it's all like when you take the risk. It's like that in business too. Like if you take the risk. If you do great, you got to pay somebody money. If you don't do good, you don't get there's no benefit to that. I mean, you can write something off the following year, but there's really no benefit to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all about risk taking.
I even went ahead and was, my logic actually changed as I got into, I would say like serious money versus, the hood games that we're playing, CeeLo Craps or whatever. We would lose how much?
Couple hundred,
maybe a couple thousand, whatever. Me and him, we was getting busy all the time. But I got mature to the point where I'm like, why am I wasting this money on this specific thing when I could be invested in a stock?
That's
I could
just
be
a quick come.
I don't even roll those,
And no, it's been a minute. It's been a while. But it's just as you get older, it's like you tend to get grasped at, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? When you could be putting it on something else.
But that's that quick come up feeling though. That's it's the feeling, the rush of like making a quick come up versus like figuring out how to make money for long term.
You watch somebody woke up with your money, you just.
Oh no! It hurts.
Not only that.
Hold on. It hurts when you're at the casino and you're down. And you didn't even mean to spend it. I remember I was going to Philly. I was trying to get. I took like it was like $5,000. I took $5,000, and I was going down there to buy like a pendant or something like that. And my friend didn't pick up, so I was like, I'm just gonna go to Atlanta. No, I was going to Atlantic City first, meet my friend. I was gonna go to Philly on the way back. My friend didn't pick up, so I was like, let me go play a couple games. So I go sit down, play a couple games. Not even it was like an hour. I lost $5,000. And you know what they gave me? A free steak dinner. That was it. Now, I drove back with Atlantic City like 3 hours, sick in my stomach, trying to think who owes me money.
Damn, so you trying to recoup your money back at least? Like, hold on, somebody owe me $2,500 or something.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's how. But the thing is that you sit there and you're like, damn, why was I doing it like for the rush? And now I'm watching like all this money being exchanged, and now I feel like they played me, and it's like the whole thing's set up for you to lose from the music to the air to the everything.
You ever play blackjack?
Yeah, blackjack. Yeah.
That's the best.
The thing with that though, some people be selfish. Like
they don't play that.
You talking about
not supposed to take a hit. They'll take it and just fuck everybody.
But that's called playing the odds. You're supposed to play the odds. So like if I got a 16,
all supposed to be playing it
right.
Just to deal.
That's the best.
Some people be selfish though. They're like they'll take a hit they ain't supposed to.
So like if I got a 16, right, and they're showing a 7 or higher, I'm supposed to take a hit because I'm assuming there's always a 10 under there. right? Under their that's
no,
hidden.
but it's under the 7 though, because they got it on the 6.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
If
No,
it's
no,
a 7,
that's what I'm saying. You're good at
okay.
7. I'm saying they got it. So you got to assume that they got more than you, and you, even though most likely you're gonna bust, for the odds of the table, you got to take that hit. And you know what they do? Like a lot of times, some of them casinos, they got people that'll sit in. Like if they see that you're on a hot streak or a table, they'll sit somebody in there to mess up the odds. And that's why, like, you know, you'll sit down somewhere and you see somebody hitting like that, you're like, no.
Shit, my boy, he plays. He puts 100 down. Well, I normally put 100 down because I seen it happen. So he'll put 100 down, 75 on the main bet, 25 on the lucky lady. And that man, bless that boy, man, he hit the lucky lady. The lucky lady and the dealer had a blackjack. He left with 25 racks.
Oh, nice. I always
you see what I'm saying? So shout out to him.
Lucky lady, but I'll be hitting it.
But you know, you're making a good point. It's like, to me, if I go to a casino now, what I'll do is I might take like $200 and I might go throw like 100 on my lucky number on roulette, which is 35 to 1. And sometimes I hit it, and sometimes you might hit it, boom, the whole week's paid for, weekend, whatever it is, and then that's just like, all right, even if I lost it, what's $100, $200, and you took like a little gamble.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying, like how people really get rich is they figure out a way to make money, whether it's starting a business or whatever they're doing, and then they put it into real estate and stocks, and then that's how you make your money.
Yeah, no, with the stock thing.
I know. Look, everything 10 years ago, like all these properties that was like $60,000. Now these things are going for 120.
Oh man, listen, I saw a house on Coral, 100 block of Coral. The outside is connected with everybody. Not even I don't even think it's a duplex. I think it has both attached on both sides. 225,000, man, on Coral Street. Coral, like before Coral and 3rd, in between 2nd and 3rd, in the middle. You talking 225,000. Now, shout out to the dude that flipped that house. But me living around here and me knowing the area, I'm not spending that. I'm not spending that. Shoot, like I'd rather look for like a quarter-acre lot or something.
Yeah.
For that amount.
And I mean, we don't know where the economy's going, so all this might bust, and you can go pick it up for a lot cheaper. So it's better to wait anyway.
That's not even on that too. I mean, to lead on to what you were saying, the interest rate right now, if I'm not mistaken, is between 6 to 8%, depending on who your lender is. Yeah. So you're getting a higher percentage. You're trying to get a lot of house. You're thinking that it's still COVID, that you're gonna, I want the acres in the back. I want a driveway. I want a pool, whatever, for $250,000, $300,000. Then when you go to your lender, they want to see your track record of what you paid for, or whatever, what you've been depositing and all that extra. Now they're like, all right, well, your credit score is a must. It's definitely important to have that. If you're trying to go ahead and get a loan with somebody with you, that adds on, but you're just doubling your paperwork. So with that being said, I had somebody that I know personally that he went to go look for a house. And, he had the money to go get the house, but it's just they was lending him like $170,000.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Off of 8%. And the mortgage on that was like $1,500-$1,600. Just off of that. Now, if you want to talk about buying a crib, I personally bought a crib. I was lucky with it, don't get me wrong, because I knew the person that was flipping it. But I had bought the crib for $228,000. I gave him a $5,000 earnest deposit, knocked down to the original balance. So I actually took the loan on $223 on 2.5%. My mortgage is less.
Sounds good.
Yo,
that was during COVID.
You live in there or rent?
I live in it. That's my.
It's locked in.
It's locked in. That's me. And not 2.5. 2 3/4.
Okay.
But regardless of what,
not like prime, that's
nothing. That's everything. Insurance, and that's everything. Insurance, taxes, it get escrowed out just in case
Oh wait, you're saying the closing costs?
No,
I'm
saying
your mortgage interest rate.
Overall, yeah, my mortgage interest rate.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a mortgage that's less than half of these apartments out
here. Yeah, I mean that's just all about like buying at the right time. It's like they're saying right now, if it crashes again, it's gonna be like 08. You know how everybody got rich because in 08. When everybody went on bad times, people lost their homes, then everybody had cash. Cash is king. Cash is always king.
You believe that?
I believe that. I believe because when shit hits the fan, cash is always king.
But you can't trace that.
Because what happens is, I'm gonna tell you real quick. When everybody falls on bad luck, everything gets foreclosed and people lose everything and everything's like worth a quarter of the price. People come up in cash and they buy it up, right? Then they sit on it and they wait till everything comes back up, till it gets back up to that 4 times what it used to be. And they either hold on to it, they rent properties, or they sell the whole portfolio.
See, I was always taught that the credit was the thing.
No, you're right. Credit is it, right?
Credit better than money.
No, well,
I could go in anywhere.
Yeah, but that's
get whatever I want.
Yeah, but that's like
not literally speaking, but
no, but yeah, credit is big because you always want to use other people's money, especially when you're taking risks. You know what I mean, like business things like that, and it puts you in a different playing field to be able to do things. But when you're talking like a recession, cash is king, because what happens is a lot of these banks and stuff you want to go get credit from when there's a recession, they tighten up. I used to have like them hard money lenders, and there's one I used to go to every now and then. And as soon as COVID hit, it was like, yo, we're shutting your account down. I have a good credit score, I have a good track history, everything. I couldn't get nothing from them, and thankfully I didn't need it at the time. But the problem is like you're at their mercy.
Right.
And what I'm saying, cash is king, is like, when it all goes bad, you can count on your money, like, to go buy things up. And that's how the rich get rich. They buy things up for super low, and they sell them when things get high. It's just like a dip. It's just like Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin that dropped from $60,000 to like $8,000. That thing's already back up to what, 22,000? Yeah, it was down to 8,000.
The lowest I've ever seen that was 3 racks.
So
that was the lowest I've ever seen that.
Look, 2 months ago, if you would have bought 3 coins at $24,000, right now today, a month and a half later, I think it's like a month and a half later, $75,000.
You already tripled your money.
But you got to know when to cash out, because who's to say like if the economy gets as bad as it's going to get?
Leaving it in there and go back down.
But check this out. When everybody's doing Dogecoin, so here's the thing. When they did Dogecoin, I remember I had like $1,200, and at the time I bought it, when everything went up, my $1,200 was worth $20,000, right? But I wasn't educated to know how to set the stop loss. The stop loss is where you say, all right, I'm up here, but if the stock drops to, in let's say money value, let's say it drops past 19,000, sell it. I didn't know that. I'm just like,
because you're thinking it's going to keep on increasing and increasing.
Yeah, but not. But you know what? I know we all thought that, right? If we were like kind of amateur, amateurs playing the stocks. But the point is like if you would have known about the stop loss, you could have alleviated some of that risk. So it's like, all right, if I would have said even 15,000, if I was like, look, I'm gonna let it keep on playing and playing, but I know at the end of the day, I'm coming up because I'm at least getting 15,000. I never knew nothing about that. I never knew you could when people buy stocks, they say, I want to buy it here, sell it here, or if it drops that low, get rid of it. You know what I mean? And you alleviate those risks.
See, on that strategy, I actually got a stock. It's called AABB. It's a crypto that is a gold-backed coin. So however many tokens you buy is how much physical gold you have. I mean, you should look into it. Right now it's at 3 cents. A year and a half ago, by COVID, the highest I ever seen it was like 60-something cents, right? So my father-in-law actually told me, yo, like you should start, putting your money into some things that's actually going to increase your revenue. Instead of letting it sit in the bank and create however much in interest, which is
for the bank.
What is it like? It's not even worth nothing.
They give you maybe like not even a percent, and then loan that to somebody for like 7-8%.
Yeah. So anyway, he's like, yo, just put it into something, and I put it into this, and it made me some money. But and like you said, at first I didn't know when to pull it out because I was always assuming the next day, oh, it's gonna go higher, it's gonna go higher. I checked the account, down 40%. You see what I'm saying? And we got some racks in there.
So you bought it at what, 3 cents?
No, when I bought it, it was actually 24 cents at the time. But when it was at 60 cents, I'm basing it off that 60 cents.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you look at that, right, there's an option in there to put a stop loss, right? So what you could have did was when you say, oh, when it drops 10%, not up to 40, sell it, right? So you sell it, you don't do nothing with the money, you hold the money, right? And wait till it pivots back up, then you can buy right back in.
Back in there.
You know what I mean? Like what I would do with Bitcoin is I will buy one, let it go up, let it come down a couple hundred, I would look at the weekly trend, buy it, let it go up a couple hundred, sell it, and then set it again to buy when it drops low. So you can ride that wave and keep chunking out those pieces.
Just keep making hundreds of it?
Yeah, keep making a couple hundred every week.
That's something leading into like day trading, right?
So it's kind of like it's day trading with crypto, but the point is also you don't want to miss the jump neither when it jumps from like 20,000 to 30,000 or something like that. So that's why you want to make sure that like sometimes sitting in there is good, or you can do both. You can do a hybrid. You can day trade it, and then you can let it just sit in there and go up. But there should always be a stop loss so you don't lose your money. That's the biggest thing.
You know how to read the graphs?
Yeah.
The candle?
Yeah, I took a course.
It's for real.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing I tell everybody all the time in business that I did not even realize that I was doing was purchasing this building. I thought, oh, I want my own building because I don't want nobody telling me that you need to get out or you can't do this or you can't paint it that, whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like looking at it like, not arrogant, but like, yo, I want control of my situation, which anybody would. Yep. But one thing I didn't realize was, instead of paying somebody else that money, I was in real estate. I only realized like 2 years ago I'm actually in real estate because I got this building.
And now you got the equity.
The equity, yeah. So not only do I get back whatever I put into it, I got up when it rised, and we know in our area they're building everything up. And the biggest thing about that is it always gave me a safety net. If times slowed up in the store, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to survive? Boom, boom, if this happens. I always have the safety blanket, like, yo, this building's worth this much money. Yeah. So it kind of gives you like this invincible feeling of like, I don't gotta feel like somebody else who's renting. We see stores come and go all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not easy. And the problem is you might lock into a 5-year lease. So what if you go do a 5-year lease from somewhere because you watch a couple YouTube videos and think, oh, I just buy something and sell it, and it works like that. Then you go rent this spot for 5 years. Now you owe them $4,000 a month for 5 years.
Yeah.
And in the first year, you lose all your money. You're negative. You owe the bank money. And now you got this lease, and you still owe them. And they're going to come after you legally. I mean, if you didn't sign a personal guarantee, you can file bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. But it's just not easy. But the biggest thing I ever did and didn't even realize it was purchasing this building for the business.
Yeah, now leading on to what you said, it also gave you a line of credit.
Right.
Because you also could put up what is called a HELOC. Now, a lot of people that, I guess, have a business LLC or whatever the situation is.
Put you in a HELOC, not a headlock.
No headlocks. But if you mess around and mess up your investment, you will be in a headlock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But
like when you're on the other end of it, you're in the headlock.
Yeah, but if you want to use other people's money, a lot of people don't even notice that they could actually put up the equity of whatever building, their household, or whatever the situation is to get that line of credit or the amount of money in. And the thing is, you only get interest on the amount of money that you use. So let's say you're approved for 70 or 80. I think they give you 80-90% of the actual value of your equity.
Yep.
You're only gonna get interested on
whatever you pulled at the time. So if they give you a $100,000 line of credit, right? And that don't mean you're paying. You didn't get a $100,000 loan. You got a $100,000 line of credit. So what he's saying is then if you go and you pull out $10,000 because you need it real quick, I mean, if you pay that back within the first couple of weeks, they might not even charge you interest on it. Mm-hmm. But if that month goes by and they do charge you interest, it's only on the $10,000, and you can put it back in and out all the time.
Yeah. Now, I got a question for you now. So as a businessman, right? What do you think is a stable market right now? Clothing, automobile, flipping houses. Where do you think people should put their money in right now?
I mean, it's risky because nobody knows. Nobody knows like what's going to happen with the economy. I think the biggest thing, if you can afford it, is real estate, because that's always going to go up and down. That's always going to go up and down. You put your money in real estate and you just let it sit there. And if you got, if you rent it out, you got a good tenant.
You got any property for me?
Nah.
Well, you been looking into it though? That's where it's at.
So I don't really know too much about it.
Yo, but the thing is that
do a lot of homework on it.
And it's even better to have somebody that's in that position, because a lot of people are greedy with knowledge.
Yeah.
As a businessman.
I got an answer for you.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and probably I might answer your answer, but maybe it's because they don't want to get cutthroated.
Yeah.
You don't want to get their toes stepped on. So if you want to go ahead and add on to that.
Yeah, so you just said what they said recently was like the creator economy is the biggest thing. So we're all probably very good at something, but we don't realize it. So somebody might be a video game, somebody might be running a clothing store, somebody might be a crypto, you never know what you're at. So if you have a track record and you can prove that you're good at what you're doing, then you can start doing videos, you can start educating people, and you don't get like money up front, but in time, you can start getting them YouTube views, you get people that hit you up for consulting, things of that nature. So the creator economy is the biggest thing, because I mean, even at my age, I don't even really watch TV no more. I watch YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what he said. He was getting most of their homework off the YouTube.
You know, the biggest gem I can tell anybody is whatever you want to do, right? Keep watching YouTube videos, and you ain't gotta watch them. Listen to YouTube videos nonstop all throughout the day, right? If I wanna do real estate, instead of getting up and going and watching, I do like watching entertainment stuff here and there to break it up. But instead of just watching entertaining stuff all day, Netflix, whatever it is, or deal with other people's drama, whatever's going on, you're like brainwashing that that's who you are and that's your reality. So if I want to do real estate and I just keep playing, real estate YouTubes after YouTube, and I keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, like I'm just conditioning my body and my mind to want to do this and to know this and to grasp that information. I got stuff I keep re-listening to 100 times just because it could be a 10-minute thing, and I feel like maybe I just didn't fully get the whole thing. Like when you watch a movie and like, oh, I didn't know that he said that or that happened. Like I'll re-listen to the same thing all the time, and just to condition my body to get ready and zoned into exactly what I'm trying to do. And that's a big gem right there, because you can literally brainwash yourself into that. Because, you know, they say all the time, they say the reason why the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich is that a rich person can mess the money up completely. But they are wired to know that they are rich, so they always figure it out. They always have, you know, that's just, it's what they seen, it's what they grew up around, and maybe sometimes they get helped out, but they're just wired that way.
That mentality is there.
Yeah, people who come up with nothing, it's kind of like you're just wired to know that I'm not supposed to be nothing. I'm not supposed to get this far. This kind of stuff don't happen to people that come from this stature of income. And you're just wired that way. So when you break that matrix, when you step out the matrix and say, no, like this is not my conditioning, this is not my life, and this is not what I want to be around, that's when you learn. You can recondition the mind and the body to take on a whole new life form. And you got to stick with it.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of people that's willing to even let you step out the matrix because they don't want to.
Nope, YouTube.
Because
yeah, I know, but I'm saying like it's different. It's different from you watching it and then actually having somebody tell you in your face exactly how to do it, what to do it step by step.
But you know what?
Bro, have.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you. No, check this out. Check this out. The illustration
cooking off of YouTube. Yo, what? How to make a chi-chi? Look it up on YouTube.
See, that's not the kind of conditioning you want, though.
But you gotta be prepared.
Everything.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. Can I tell you something? I think the biggest trait that you can have, right? And everybody, they criticize school. I criticize college. I think it's bullshit.
That's just a scam.
I think by the time you learn whatever you learn, things change so fast now, that's it. But I'm going to tell you something. The elementary school on up, the reason why that's so important, right? It's not even necessarily what you learn. It's how you learn to learn. So when I know, like, what you said about, like, some people need people to tell them versus watching YouTube, if you can learn to sit your ass down, and you can learn to like really listen to something, really take notes on your own without nobody telling you, really try to enact those different things. That is the biggest gem, because you got to learn how to learn. You got to know how to take in this information, be disciplined enough to sit down and do it yourself. And not a lot of people can do that. A lot of people, they want that like 8-second, I want to quick watch this video and move on to the next and move on to that. No, you got to relax that body, and you got to take that information in and then realize how to apply it. And it's all right there for you. Like, it's YouTube University. It used to be Google University. It used to be Yahoo University. Then it was Google University. Now it's YouTube University. It's all right there for you.
And now when it comes to content creating, like they're actually on the software. It's telling you step by step how to create your video, how to create your profile, how to add the watermark, your ads, or I told you, I just started the whole YouTube channel thing. I'm trying to make it like more of a social, like just to get everybody intrigued, and then when the ads and all that start coming in, endorsements, sponsors or whatever, that's, you know, when you get your money. Maybe I'm missing out on something, but you got a little bit of experience on that because you've been running this whole, you know, media platform situation for a while now. You know what I mean? So like, how did you think that you wanted to step in that?
For me personally, I just kind of want to I just want to do the clothing thing, but I do understand that like, there is a lot of people that may not have the knowledge to do this. So that's why I want to step out and I want to be able to help people. And in return, we're getting brand awareness. In return, we're getting, you know, one hand washes the other, right? And I'm going to tell you something. When I was coming up in the clothing game, nobody helped you with nothing. I had brands that like we would sell their stuff online, and as soon as they realized, this is before everybody's selling online. What's this online thing they're doing? They're selling our brand online. Wow, they're ordering all this stuff. Then they tell me, oh, you can't sell our stuff online no more because we're doing a website. Cut your throat. It's cutthroat. That's basically what they do. So I remember I was going to get a Nike contract, and then there was another, I had the Nike rep here, and then there was a big chain in our area, and they ended up, somebody putting some word in, and I couldn't get that. So what's beautiful about nowadays is all grassroots. We don't got to worry about big corporations and who can tell you to do this. So you can go make your own shoe. You can go make your own clothing line. You can do all that stuff. It's all the information is attainable, and it's right there on YouTube. So just by the little bit of stuff that I put out there, because I'm not heavily consistent on it, But I had people that reach out to me and was like, yo, I never even knew you could do that. I never knew, I think I did a video of how you can start your own brand for $40. And it was a 10-minute video, and it's all real stuff you can do to do it. So it's like, one hand washes the other. All the information is there. And just because I had nobody to help me at all at any time.
So yours was more trial and error.
It was trial and error. Like if I give you a 10-minute video, I might have just gave you 2 years of trial and error, like you just said, of me failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing. Oh, I got it right. And I just gave that to you in 10 minutes. So it's one hand washes the other. So I can't be salty and be like, nobody helped me, so I'm gonna keep all this information to myself. It's about, you share the knowledge, and that's it. And then one hand washes the other. They might come buy something from us. We might get make money on YouTube, whatever the case may be.
The knowledge, though.
That's how it is sometimes.
I didn't want to let you know whatever, but I hit you up. I was like, listen, I'm looking into doing something, and you open arms.
Yeah.
You say, yo, come through, come check out the setup, whatever. So I just want to say thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Honestly, a lot of people's willing to do that.
You always be willing to look out for everybody.
And sometimes it even be like, we might have a million things going on, but still sometimes you gotta.
And we've been at it we've been talking for a while. I've been talking to Zach for like a month
I had
about
people
this.
trying to get into clothing, hit him up, give him the blueprint, help him.
Yeah, because you know what? At the end of the day, man, it's like it's like a I look at it like a battery, man. You gotta keep your battery charged. So you might get all that information, but you are the battery. You are the one that's gonna make that work. Without you, whatever information you're taking in, it's not going to work. And the beauty is like none of us are exactly like. We're all unique. We all got our own great abilities. So no matter if we do the same thing or we do different things, it's always going to come off different. It's like food, right? You could say, oh, there's this cheeseburger, but guess what? There's millions of people that make a cheeseburger, and they all make it different.
What's your favorite?
My cheeseburger?
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I fuck with Shake Shack, yo.
I
Shout
like
out to Shake Shack. Shout out to Shake Shack being built over there across the Long's Park. I'm over there.
I like Five Guys.
But
oh yeah, I know. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah,
They blocked my Starbucks for a while.
That was the one that came up in?
No. Yeah, on the outside.
But they're building
on
it
the outside.
on Harrisburg Pike.
On the outside.
Right
on the video, on the
really
YouTube video, I put my Uncle D on this. I'm like, yo, try this Shake Shack. Nah, I'm never, yo.
I'm not big on burgers though.
Never again. I was on break and I waited for y'all 40 minutes just to get a burger. Never again. I'll never go over there. Sorry, sponsor disclaimer, whatever. Five Guys, 8 to 10 minutes, and I know because I used to work there.
Yeah, well, you know what they have me with Five Guys? Every time I DoorDash it, they be sending I don't want to hear this glizzy stuff neither, but anyway, they be sending a hot dog without the bun.
Nah, you're out of pocket.
They be sending it out the bun. But listen, everybody.
You order glizzies.
So you ordered glizzies from me?
Nah.
The chili.
Yo, keep it a bit. What you get? What you get?
It was her friend.
The chili.
Nah, listen.
Yo, it's alright, bro. You eat.
But anyway,
man.
we appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna come out with more episodes. This is the first one. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope we entertained you, and we hope you can obtain some knowledge from this. And keep on watching and keep bringing more heat.
Oh man, shout me out on Instagram, that Yellow Poppy, YouTube.YellowPoppy. Go ahead, follow that, man, for more content, more videos dropping soon as well.
Add me on the gram.
on the glizzy gram. Add him on the glizzy gram. Every week he's holding up a new hot dog from a corn dog to a dollar.
That's funny.
I fuck with hot dog.
Big_717.
And I'm Zach, at Zach Zammer, at Zamage, Zamage.com. Go over there, buy you something. Great prices, affordable, look nice, and all that. So we appreciate you and tune in. We're going to hit you with another one.